Alright, here we go. So, I have completed the game. Yes, I know it doesn't look like it. I've started a new game plus. I'm missing 2 achievements. I need to get all the wings, and I need to get all the skins for Phoenix. I don't know exactly what I'm missing. I do know in the last game, there were 2 chests I know I definitely missed. They were just a pain in the ass to get to. One was in a vault, one was on the coast. I was going to go back. My philosophy when I'm playing the game, I'll give it a couple attempts. If I can't get it in a couple attempts, I move on. I'm like, I'll come back to it. Unfortunately, I ended up finishing the game. But what I'm looking at, it seems like everything has respawned. Let's go far. As you can see, that is an epic chest for armor. That's just a normal chest. The vaults are back. There's some weapons. So everything seems to have come back. So that's cool. I don't know whether or not I'm just going to get, you know, I don't know if I'll get additional skins or if I'm just going to get, shards and money and stuff like that. We're going to find out. So overall, total time to completion. And I mean, I opened up every single area on this map. I went around and got every single chest I could. I also was exploring, trying to get that horse achievement. King's Peak was particularly a pain in the butt, but I managed to find him. I'll snap pictures of every single horse that I tamed. Total time spent 154 hours. And I mean, that's, like I said, I explored every aspect that I could possibly find, hit every single chest. So my whole thing is, when I first opened up Clashing Rocks, I went around and I cleared out every single one of these chests that I could find that I opened up. I did all the myth challenges. I did everything. And once that was a blank slate, I moved over to the valley. And then I did the same thing in the valley. Then I went up and I did the Grove. Then I went and did the Forge Lands. Then I went down and did War's Den. Then I went up and did King's Peak, and then finally the Gates. Now there is one thing that I'm going to recommend. You definitely, if you're starting out and it's got a brand new game, you definitely want to go around and hit these chests and get the stuff, boost up your experience points and everything else before, clear all that out. This is in the God setup. Spoiler alert here. I'm about to talk about some of the things. Once you get there, there's 4 gods that you need to open up. Aphrodite, Athena, Ares, the Forge guy. I'm not even gonna try to say his stupid name. All right. What I would recommend, it depends on what your play style is. Me, I like the sneak attack from a distance. I use Apollo's arrows a lot. One of my favorite setups. If you like to shoot from a distance, then you're going to want to go and do Athena, get the full Athena one first. What I would recommend is just go around to each one of the locations, unfog it, talk to the god. They basically give you the first blessing right off the get-go. So this way you'll have opened up every single area, you'll have all their blessings, the first one at least. Then you can decide how you're going to do your play style. If you're going to go bow, definitely go with Athena. If you're going to go melee, you're going to want to do Ares, because combo meter lasts twice as long, and the more combos you do, the more power you're doing it. Boom. Ares, the Forge guy here, simply because of the blessings, and then finish off. Now, each one of them, I would definitely go do Aphrodite first because refills all health chunks when health is depleted while in combat. It's got a 20-minute cooldown, but oh, that has saved my butt a couple times when I was fighting like the major bosses. So definitely just go around, on fog, get the first blessing for each of them, and then see, ignores damage from the first hit taken after using any buff potions. So definitely get all the blessings for these guys. I'm not gonna go in detail. Shoot, I don't even. There's so. I'm gonna talk briefly about armor. There is a ton. You're gonna get. These are all the helms that I found so far. There's only 3 particular helms that I use. Well, actually 2. In the beginning, depending on what you get, I was using this for the bow because I didn't have anything better. As I found different things like this, I had the axe. I switched to the axe. I can't remember where it is, but this definitely, once you get the Mane of the Pride, this is what you're going to want to use. Once this is boosted up, 230% damage against unarmed enemies. So the first shot you do, whatever you do for damage, it increases by 230%. If you use Hercules Throw, you pick up a boulder and you throw it at one of these bigger enemies. I was getting like 30, anywhere between 15 to 30,000 points of damage against them. Pretty much an instant kill. So definitely. And then depending on how you're going to play, this one also worked very well. 27% chance to triple damage on hit. And then with main boss fights, you could switch to the helm, especially if you're using the hammer. Now for armor, I'm going to go in here. You've got 3 presets. My first preset, I keep it set up with chance to gather extra ingredient, which in the beginning, if you find, like I said, again, I can't tell you where I found these. I don't remember. 154 hours. This is definitely what you want to look for and try to, once you get this is what you're going to want to wear for your first, at least, when you're going around, you're gathering materials. My second one, when I'm fighting, I use the Enduring Wisdom. Simply because headshots have a 47, have a chance to strike up to 3 enemies with lightning. And then, of course, once I've opened it up, lightning strikes 5 additional. So you got a group, you hit 1 in the head, all of them get hit with lightning strikes. And, of course, since it's an unarmed hit, if you do it, it's doing 230, so you can do a lot of damage. And then in the final loadout, which is when I'm fighting major bosses, mythical beasts, I use the plate simply because this is Thorn armor. It inflicts 2,000 damage back to the attacking enemies. That, using also this defense potion, which is also Thorn, inflicts 2,100. So I'm fighting a mythical beast. I come up with the hammer, whack. I'm doing a couple thousand points damage. If the thing manages to hit me, it's getting 4,000 points damage reflected back. It makes real short work of these boss fights. So those are the only basically ones that I really want to talk to. And then basically you pick and choose what you want to use for sword, axe, and bow. Try to keep your eye out on this one. This one actually is pretty good because triple damage on a headshot. So, horses, all self-explanatory. I do want to touch briefly on the bird. As you get more of them, this one I like to use, explodes and inflicts an additional 3,000. You could actually have that, so if you don't have any rocks by, you can pick it up and use this to throw it like a rock. Alright. No way I can make it that far. But if you've got the explosion, not only does it do the damage with it hitting him, it also inflicts another, it explodes and does an additional. Now, once you get this one works very well for the bigger enemies, especially if you get sometimes you're going to get multiple ones. You hit this, it'll freeze one of them up for 5 seconds. He'll hit him 3 times. You can get in there, whack, 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 hit the hammer, freezes. Very helpful. But the biggest one, heavy object. There are pressure plates. You got light pressure plates, heavy. With this clone acts as a heavy object. Thus, you can bypass having to do some aspects of the vaults out in the world, some of the things, instead of having to go through the rigmarole and try to get the big old boulders and load them up. You just go bloop, put the clone on it, on the heavy plate, boom, and it works great. There's a whole bunch of other stuff, but heavy object, freezing, and exploding. Those are the ones I primarily used. So, oh, shoot. And if you're going to do it, you notice, I'm like, okay, I can tell just at a glance, I know what my armor base is. So, I've got it set up specifically so that I know this is, if I look, I'm wearing this friggin' helm, I know this is for fighting the main boss. This guy here's got the hood, I know this is my fighting one, and this I set up for gathering. So, alright, so overall, what's my general impression? $154 hours. That's what it took for me to thoroughly explore this entire island, unfog everything, hit every single chest, grab every single item that I could find, get all the ambrosia, do all the vaults, and do all the myth challenges. And looking at, I may have missed a couple, which is funny because I'm pretty thorough about this stuff. But hey, like I said, it's a really big game. So would I recommend this? Absolutely. I had fun. I enjoyed it. I would recommend, definitely. This is a fun little game to play. If you like Reach the Hollow Gods, yeah. Yeah, definitely. This is a fun game. Pick it up. It's not super intense. You'll have a blast. You don't have to play it on the super hard friggin' difficulty to get the achievement. They don't have that set up on that, so you don't have to worry about that. So you can play it on normal or easy. I wouldn't play it on storyline. That's probably that you would blow through this really easy if you do it on story time. Easy or normal for a nice, fun, enjoyable experience. Um, and yeah, definitely pick it up. I think you would definitely enjoy it. Once I get the final two achievements in platinum, which I'm hoping I'm going to with all these new chests, then I'm gonna do Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That's gonna be my next one. All right, so we're gonna put this up. General impression. I'm gonna actually reload one of my saves, and I'm gonna do horse locations of every single horse location there is. So this way you can see the location, know where the horse is, and you can try to find it. All right, let's put it up.